Do you want to continue having fun during love? Avoid infections, fungal infections and other inconveniences? So take care of your vagina by immediately stopping these bad habits that damage it and endanger it. In this video, we will see top dangerous habits for your vagina. For more information, please click the links in the description. The vagina is the female organ of copulation. He receives the penis and sperm during sexual intercourse, a highly erogenic organ. It is also responsible, along with the clitoris, for the sensations experienced during intercourse. Conversely, the cervix, which is very poor in nerve endings, is not involved in this feeling. The vagina also plays an important role in reproduction, since it must allow the passage of the newborn. The thin walls of the vagina have many folds and thus allow the necessary expansion during childbirth, mating, or putting a tampon. The vagina is therefore an adaptable organ. The vagina is also covered with a mucous membrane constantly lubricated by estrogens. This mucosa is made up of different cell layers: the basal cells, the deepest, the intermediate cells, and the surface cells. It allows self-cleaning of the vagina, and its quantity can vary depending on the period of the woman's cycle. We also talk about vaginal discharge. They start at puberty and are usually white or yellow in color. They announce the arrival of menstruation, and, during this period, the vagina also becomes longer. The vagina opens at the level of the vulva. It is through this opening that enters the penis during sexual intercourse. The vagina has an average length of almost 8 centimeters between the inlet and the bottom of the vagina. Narrower towards the vulva, the vagina widens as it approaches the bottom. This organ communicates with the uterus through the cervix. The latter resembles a small domed dome on the side of the vaginal cavity. This passage will be taken by the sperm, and in the opposite direction, the flow of the rules or the newborn after the contractions of childbirth. The inside of the vagina is lined with a mucous membrane that has many folds. Rich in blood vessels, arteries, and veins, the vagina, however, has few nerve endings and is therefore not very sensitive, except near the vulva. Inside the vagina, the walls are covered with a liquid, the composition of which can change during a woman's menstrual cycle. In this liquid, there are bacteria, lactobacilli, that have a protective role. This bacterial population is called flora. It keeps an acidic pH inside the vagina. This characteristic prevents the development of diseases such as yeast infections. Should you clean your vagina? Yes, but as long as you don't do it too regularly. The too frequent intimate toilet can disrupt your vaginal flora. The ideal frequency for cleaning the vulva is 2 to 3 times a week. The only non-aggressive product for the mucous membranes and vaginal flora is a soap with a neutral pH, provided that it is only used in the external area. We, therefore, take care to avoid the infiltration of shower water into the vagina. Keep your tampon for hours. In periods of menstruation, tampons and sanitary pads are essential. But beware. By lack of vigilance, they can do more harm than good. Their rules of use are very strict. The most important thing is to change them regularly and especially not to forget them. I have already had cases where people came to consult me for a gynecological problem whose cause was a tampon forgotten for 3 weeks. Keeping them for too long means taking the risk of causing bacteria to proliferate, which can poison the blood. This is called toxic shock. Sex can be traumatic for a woman's privacy. When a woman has not been sexually active for a long time, the inside of her vagina may feel assaulted, which creates a hormonal imbalance. To avoid this kind of inconvenience, you must prepare your body well and moisturize the tissues. In practice, apply daily a moisturizer provided for this purpose. After significant abstinence, it can be useful to do rehabilitation, especially when pain during intercourse appears. Dyspareunia. If necessary, you can use lubricating gel or progressive dilators upstream. Being clean is good, but being too clean is bad. After intercourse, many women feel the need to thoroughly cleanse themselves with shower and soap. These practices are not recommended. The vaginal ecosystem is sufficient in itself. The vaginal flora is made up of good bacteria which defend it against aggression. Using too much soap and water means taking the risk of destroying these bacteria, which will never be replaced. This leaves the field open to bad microbes. Who says sensitive area says appropriate care? Indeed, the intimate part of the female body is made up of an entire ecosystem, the balance of which must absolutely be maintained. This is why the choice of shower gel is very important for privacy. Some are aggressive and increase the vaginal acidity conducive to the development of infection. This is all the more important after menopause, where the vaginal pH is naturally more acidic due to the lack of hormones. In practice, you should choose a shower gel with a neutral pH and without soap. Some brands are specialized for private parts. No need to rub or penetrate, apply it gently and rinse. Jeans, tights, underwear. Clothes that are too tight attack the vagina. Their rubbing with the skin causes minor trauma to the skin tissue of the vulva and promotes the arrival of infections, such as the appearance of vulvar, vaginal yeast infections, or vulvodynia. These are characterized by intense burns and tightness in the vulva. Some bacteria like fungi love to proliferate on damaged and damp skin. These are their favorite fields. Childbirth is a test for the vagina. It is therefore important to repair damaged skin tissue to avoid pains and pain during the next sexual intercourse. In practice, massage the scar areas with dedicated healing creams. Ask your gynecologist or the midwife for advice. In addition, other gestures will make it easier for you to recover from your birth. Thank you for watching. You can watch more videos by clicking the links in the description. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.